Hi and welcome everyone. It's Lavender Sky Panther with you on Thursday, September 12th, 2024 for a fun little card reading today. I was lured outside somehow, even though it's really hot and it's overcast, so this is going to probably be a brief reading once again like last time, just because it's been raining, hit and miss, and I don't want to be caught in a deluge out here. So anyway, let's get right into it. There are going to be three groups. On the left is group 1. Let me see if I can, yeah, 1. And group 2 is in the center, group 3 is on the right. Now in the back over here, if I can get my finger over there, yep, right back in there where the Leaning Tower of Pisa is, that is a bonus deck. Okay, so hopefully we'll have time to get to that. And otherwise, as far as the backdrop goes, obviously the colors purple and gold, or purple and yellow, lavender and yellow, came through strongly for this reading, so that might mean something to you. And I forget the name of this flower. Actually, I've planted a lot of them, and I just can't remember the name of this plant. It's a bush. Anyway, and I'll show you the cover here. So we got, purple and gold featuring prominently. So again, maybe that means something to you. Maybe it's just a call to incorporate things of lavender or violet, purple color into your life, even if you wear it as jewelry or a tie or scarf, some kind of accessory. Or if you look to those for like healing teas, nice calm like lavender chamomile tea. For the yellow, I know there's Pau de Arco is yellow. There's all kinds of things. So let your imagination wander. Go with how your body feels. If you have any pullings toward purple or yellow, just that's what came up strong for this reading right off the bat for the energies. I do have my favorite chunk of black tourmaline set in the center, just to absorb any negative energies that might want to drift by, although they shouldn't. And it's for whatever reason, it's supposed to be a black background too. It's just what I felt, so that would just imply that it's a very grounded reading today. Now I am going to rely heavily on the companion books, just because I did pre-select your card. I just put it as the top card under each of the little tokens, which I'll go over what they are. And the book explanations were so darn good. I think we're just going to lead off with those, and I'll sprinkle in any other intuitive messages that I feel that come up. But just letting you know, it's probably going to be a book reading intensive kind of reading today, but well worth listening to, at least in my opinion. Also, I did come outside because I wanted to get the benefit of the birds chirping and all kinds of nice natural outdoor noises. But inevitably, as fate would have it, every lawn crew in the area decided to erupt right now. So you might also hear weed whackers, leaf blowers and all kinds of stuff. But this is kind of my only moment to do this. So if it gets unbearable, I may have to re-record. But hopefully we can just move through this and they get through their work quickly and we can focus on the reading. Okay, so let's get to your groups to select from. And as I always say, if you followed me at all, this channel at all, I like to say you can pick, when I have when it's not just one collective overall reading with no cards to pick, that's self-explanatory. But when I do have groups, it goes without saying at this point, feel free to pick, in this case 1, 2, or up to all 3 of them, just however you're feeling. Also, if you're new to really leaning on your the Leaning Tower of Pisa, that's also probably going to be another theme coming up. Leaning on, what are you leaning on? Are you leaning on your own understanding or inner standing? Or are you leaning on other outside influences? But in this case, if you're leaning toward one but you're not so sure, or you're not in tune with your intuition today, or you're not trusting it today, we all have those moments. There's some days where you're really clicking in strong with your intuition over others. No worries. Sometimes it's good to listen to all of the groups and then just kind of cherry pick, hand pick, selectively take whatever clicks with you, I like to say, because I know everyone says whatever resonates with you. That's actually very true. I just know that word gets overused, that phrase, so sometimes I just say, hey, is it clicking in with you? And so anyway, let's get into it. So first group, you've got the the Parthenon, which is associated with Greece. So the theme of the tokens is monuments. And when you look up the etymology of monument, I like to go back to ancient Greece. I like to skip ahead before the Latin Roman kind of, connotations of words, if I can. But in this case, they kind of all line up to be something that is there to remind you of something. That's just the simplistic explanation of it. So of course, when we see some of these monuments, they pretty much automatically trigger a place in your mind, or they have a certain connotation. So for this overall reading, I've only asked for the whatever wants to come through, whatever message you need to hear right now, and whatever is for your highest good, right? Or something you just need to hear that is in your highest good. I just repeat myself, but that's true. So in this case, we're going to remove any negative connotations with these monuments, and especially if we've been told things in quote-unquote history, which we're finding out has been completely skewed and made to be the most negative aspects of everything. So let's just look at these though in terms of that they have good and positive energy. And we have, so group 1, we have the Parthenon, which is associated with Greece. Although I'd like to add, for any of you that might live in Nashville or have traveled to Nashville, Tennessee, there is a replica, there's a building that is a replica of this in Nashville in a park somewhere. I forget the name of the park. And they also featured that replica in a movie. The author was Riordan, I forget the full name, but it's that Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, something like that. But anyway, they film in this temple, this Parthenon, and in this replica in Nashville, they do have the Athena Nike statue. It's huge in there. You feel like a dwarf, you're dwarfed by it. So it really captures a certain mood in there. Anyway, enough about that for now. So that's group 1. Group 2, we have a very Aztec looking temple. Oh, let me go back to, I've paired that, the temple here in group 1 with the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds guidebook that's going to be coming up. Okay, now for group 2, this is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So we're going to be reading from that guidebook. So this is a very Aztec feel. It's a very specific type of pyramid, right? Not like, if we look at the ziggurat of Ur or the pyramids of Giza. This is very site specific to something more Aztec in nature, if that helps make a decision for you. And then on the group. And then group 3, we have the Taj Mahal associated with India. And the group, for this group, I'm going to be looking at the companion book for the cards, and it's called The Wisdom of Hafiz. Now the bonus group, I already mentioned, does have this Leaning Tower of Pisa, so obviously that's associated with Italy, with Pisa. Actually, that's the only token on this table. I have actually been there in person and have seen it with my own eyes. And this bonus card deck is coming from, you know what, I just forgot the name of it. Something like the Daily Guidance from the Angels, something like that. I'll put it in the description area below. And it's a deck by Doreen Virtue. So we'll take a look there too. Okay? And now I'm going to speed things up just in case weather is not on my side. Let me lean this the way I had it there so you can see it. All right, so what are you going to do? 1, 2, 3, or all 3. And now we're going to get into it. All right, group 1. Let's see. So I did pre-select just so that the process here would go a little bit quicker in case I get rained upon. And your card, after, I just connected in, I really, took a nice deep breath, exhaled, and just asked for whatever wants to come in for group 1. And you got number 12, which can also be a number 3. And it's called The Secret of Camelot, the Authority of Spirit. Ooh, and look at, she's got like some kind of light wand, kind of lightsaber type idea. And she's bowing in reverence, and, there's a nice cave that's illuminated. The water even seems illuminated. Look up in the background, it's gorgeous with the some kind of ruins, monuments of stone up on the cliffs. And look at even the sky is like a temple. So it looks like out of clouds. It's a very sacred place, you can tell, right? There's a lot to be said for just the imagery on this card. All right, so I'm going to take a good look at the imagery, and then I'm going to read straight from the book on this. And as I did pre-select, I looked ahead a bit, and I have a bookmark in the book of where I'm going to read from, and even that has the word secret in it. So then I'm going to read from that one too, and it will be the predominant energies of your reading. So this is really magical. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment. Unfortunately, we got the mechanical or gas, I guess gas-powered machinery in the background. Try to feel in past that, if you will. And I'm going to be quiet a moment for you to look and just take this card in and the imagery of it. Okay, so let me get right to the book. And bear with me on the camera work while I reach for the book with the other hand. And here we go. I will show you, this is the book that it's going to be coming from. And I'm going to read it off camera just because the camera will zoom in and out on its own and be all blurry if I don't read this off camera. Okay, so here we go. Number 12, The Secret of Camelot, the Authority of Spirit. Here we go. Within the Avalonian realms are many entrances and gateways, and this one is that taken by the Lady of the Lake. Lady of the Lake, when she must speak with the powers that be within the domain of Camelot. You know what? I'm reading this over again because I messed that up. Hold on one second. Within the Avalonian realms are many entrances and gateways, and this one is that taken by the Lady of the Lake, when she must speak with the powers that be within the domain of Camelot. For you, this indicates you will soon be having important talks and conversations with those who are authority figures. You are the mystic in this situation, the one who has the spiritual perspective and the mission to share the mysteries with others. Those who you speak with are the administrators and the bureaucrats, the ones with the power that is recognized by the world. But you have the power of the Spirit within you, and you are taking that pure spirit into the place that most needs it. Again, sorry about the camera work. So, if you are working in a place where people are not connected with their intuition or their spirit, or if your family is one who denies the gift of the soul, you are the undercover agent, the one who enters that world to hold up the gift of the truth, the shining sword that is authenticity, the integrity that cuts through the politics, the one who shares the gift of the spirit, even in circumstances that seem to care nothing for the ways of the light worker. The lady can walk with you as you move through these realms, and you will know your work has meaning and your gifts have purpose. For the ripple effect of your actions, your words, and your presence will be felt for many years to come. The illumination of this card is, I enter the world of the people to hold up the truth of the Spirit. Wow. Okay, I hope you felt how wondrous that message is. And I'm not going to add or embellish that one bit. Okay, but I will now show you your bonus card, which I kind of unintentional bonus card is the bookmarker. And you got number 40, The Secret, the Unknown, Mysteries, Wonders. We have another beautiful feminine lady figure in there, and the beautiful colors beyond. And I love this little happening. I just took the bookmarker, off the bottom of the deck. You've got the secret and the secret, right? All right, so let's read this one as well. Why not? Whoops. I just lost the space. Hold on. Here we go. And again, sorry if the camera wanders. I'm trying to multitask here. Here we go. So, there. Number 40, The Unknown, Mysteries, Wonders. We walk through this world, and so does she, by our side, releasing to us the understanding that we can measure with our minds at any time. We claim we wish to know, that we desire to understand the reasons and the ways of the universe. But the truth is in our minds. But the truth is our minds can only connect so much and understand so much from our human framework at any given time. So she holds the entire mystery that is within her hands, and from them flows just enough to keep us seeking, questing, yearning, searching. It is not a deliberate withholding, but a way of measuring out experience. For to release the entire knowledge of the Akashic records and of all souls into one being would be to disrupt us to the point of madness. So, know that there are unknowns, accept that there are secrets. Focus instead on the laws you can work with and accept the wonder that is the presence of the soul's multiple selves, lives, expressions, and know it is a fragment of a greater whole. This is why we have a lifetime after lifetime. This is why we experience so much. This is why you have suffered and struggled and learned and let go and finally come to a place of compassion within yourself. The totality of your magnificence will not be lost. and is known when we return for a time, between the lifetimes, to the home of our souls. She holds the secret, and you hold the key, and you are discovering more and more, with every breath, with every step on this journey called your life. Okay, the illumination of this card is, I am at peace with the mystery that is my existence. I will explore and discover, yet know that there are greater secrets and other lifetimes in which to explore them. All right, that was another very powerful message that I'm going to leave as a standalone one. And as luck would have it, I did put another bookmarker, yet another bookmarker on that page. And we're not going to keep doing this to infinity. However, I feel this one is equally important to address, and we'll stop on this one. But I'm going to read it from the book. It's another beautiful card, and this one is called The Seer. And look again, we've got the purple and gold theme in there prominent. It says future prospects, decisions to make, seeking guidance. All right, so we're going to read this one. Let me just hover over here and see if there's anything in the background going on. Okay, seems to be like a tower in the background. Yet again, another waterfall. Maybe it's an invitation for you to get out in nature too, to see things more clearly. If you can be in an area around a waterfall, might be good. Something about the running water, maybe a creek or something that has movement with the water. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of do another reading here. And I'm sorry again, the camera is gonna wander, so that's my disclaimer. Here we go. Number 41, that can also be number 5, The Seer. Future prospects, decisions to make, seeking guidance. Once, when we sought to understand what would come to us next in our lives, we turned to the seers and the wise ones who knew the uses of the sacred tools, who gazed into their depths and saw patterns emerge that would apply to our lives. Now we are most often our own seer, or we entrust ourselves to the reader or the friend, or to the counselor who understands our psyches. But with this card, you are asked to trust that there is a cosmic seer, a seer of the hidden worlds, who is gazing into her crystal orb for you. Trust that she sees what will come and will whisper to you through dreams and signs the unfolding of the future. She will murmur to you in moments of peace, strange words, so you can do what must be done in the present, so the future can be what it is meant to be for you. Some of what is to come to us is written. It is a part of the structure of our soul that certain events or people and possibilities will link with us and intertwine with our days. But there are other events that we create and we choose, and this is where she can help you. She asks you now to look deeply, to make choices that are in your own best interests, to unravel some of the distance between yourself and spirit that has developed. Take up the precious tools once again. Make a moment to see clearly. And know that the Ancient One, the Seer, is with you to help guide you into a future that is bright with prospects, rich with meanings. Give thanks for what is yet to come. And as the mystery shows herself, be ready. Okay, the illumination here is, I see my future clearly and create it consciously with every choice I make in the present. All right, well, this one is talking about some cosmic seer, and I would just say that seer is also you. Your higher self, and the power of all that is that moves through you. Okay, very much about you in this. To you be the one to see into things, to see deeper. And if you feel that you can't, start practicing it and look up anything that you can that clicks with you as far as sacred tools, divining tools. So for some people, it's like these cards. Some people, you can just pick up a rock and hold it, and messages will come to you the more you practice it. Or sit under a tree and really listen deeply to what it might have to tell you. Okay? All right, I'm going to move along for now because I hear rumblings in the background. And I don't know if a storm is going to hit or not, and we need to get to 2 more groups. So thank you, Group 1. And now we're going to move on to Group 2. Okay, Group 2, you have this Aztec-looking temple. And your message that I did have to kind of pre-select just for time's sake, and also because, like I said, the weather looks a little iffy, you have number 10 or number 1, the corn. And I'm going to reach over for the book, so bear with me on the camera work if I wander. I'm going to hover over the card. You've got some, looks like crows associated with cornfields, right? Scarecrow, they say. We've got a golden sun. And we've got, again, I was called to grab this little sprig of natural plant, and it goes well with this corn card. Okay. We've got some with the husks on, some that are opening. Oh, we hear some nice rumbling in the background. So yeah, I'm going to kind of move through this so we can get to all the groups. And I'm just going to have to read rather quickly, actually, from the companion book. But here we go. Number 10, the corn. It can also be number 1. 10 can be a number of new beginnings, like an ending and a beginning all wrapped up in one. And here we go, the corn, the essence. Corn represents the mother of sustenance and tangible abundance. This symbol represents material prosperity in the world of form that provides stability and sustenance to many. There is more than enough. That's a key message. There is more than enough. Okay, the invitation. You planted a beautiful field of dreams and worked hard. Even in moments when you were losing faith, you continued. Now the spirit of the corn comes to honor this and show you a bountiful harvest. This is the time to reap the rewards of hard work and trust, whether those rewards are financial or the kind of prosperity measured in quality rather than quantity. You are so blessed when this symbol appears. Don't forget to share your good fortune. Okay, the medicine. So if we had pulled this in reverse, which we did not, this is the message, but I feel it's important to read anyway. Beware of shortcuts to your dreams or a fast track being offered to you now. Be especially mindful of your feelings of entitlement or an expectation to get something for nothing. This is a time for gratitude, perseverance, and humility. Be prepared to work toward your goals and plant the seeds of your intentions consciously and respectfully. Release any insecure thoughts of scarcity, feeling that there is not enough, or worry that someone else could take what is yours. Know that the universe will always provide, but you must be in a relationship with it in order to receive. You will reap what you sow. Take heart, even if you didn't plant well and have conjured up the illusion of drought. There is always a new season to begin again. And that's your number 10. Begin again, begin anew. Those birds are flying in the air. They're not dropping dead out of the sky. They're flying with purpose and in a direction which is forward moving. And nobody is judging them or have a clock on how fast they're flying or if they stop to take a break and sit on the corn, right? So out of this, and the rooster just popped up in the background, which is a nice little affirmation. So I'm taking it as no matter what time it is in the day, it's always a time for a new beginning. That rooster should not be, quote unquote, piping up right now. We're like, I think it's like around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and yet it is. So it's actually another little extra message there. Make your own time. Make your own time to do what you want to do or to start again. You get to choose. Okay, so I love the imagery too, the corn abundance. Of course, I can't help but think of popcorn. Maybe you want to have some of that today. Some healthy kind, I hope, non-GMO'd or whatever. But that popcorn too in itself, look, those seeds when heated up, when things get hot, they just keep multiplying. So maybe that's another little message. If you feel like in a corner, pinned in a corner, you don't know how you're going to come up with abundance, let it all go. Go with the flow like those birds flying overhead. Stretch your wings out. Actually literally stretch out your arms, to the heavenward and connect in with that higher power and just say, hey, I let it go. I trust there's always abundance and may it multiply, right? And one other little thing in here. Let's see. I'm looking back through the book. There was a phrase in here that did pop up something in my mind. Pop up like popcorn, right? Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. If I can't find it quick enough, I'll move on. Okay, something really popped out at me, but now I can't find it, but that's okay. All right, I'll just leave it with, just know that you are blessed. Like they said, you are so blessed when this symbol appears. And keep that in mind. Yes, you are truly blessed. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't find what was jumping out at me, but we'll move on. So your bookmark that I had for you, we're going to read it from the book as well because I like the meanings. And we have number 35 or number 8, and it's a beautiful card, a hummingbird. Looks like a jaguar, or leopard, eagle, and serpent. Okay, snake. We have the medicine wheel, all right? And we have, if you look in the back, we have the Native American or indigenous meanings of the 4 directions. And you see the colors red, yellow, black, and white on the rim of that like medicine wheel, okay? All right, so let's see. So you've got the corn and the medicine wheel. And let me get to the meaning of the medicine wheel, if I can find it quickly. Oh, and I'm not going to keep going to infinity with the bookmarks, but I would like to say, yes, you have one more, 16 or number 7, the eagle. It's a glorious card. You got the bald eagle coming in for landing, okay? And maybe that's another little extra message, that your abundance, it's coming in for a landing, as it must, as we go around the cycle or the circle. You know, there's a beginning, there's an end, there's a beginning, and it just never ends, right? Infinity. All right, so let's read the medicine wheel. Okay, the essence of this card is, the medicine wheel is a sacred hoop with the 4 cardinal directions well marked. It represents the cycle of life, the cycles of nature, and the circular pattern of our cosmos. It has been used for millennia in indigenous cultures to bring harmony and well-being to the village. Its directions symbolize the 4 steps the shaman takes to become a person of power and wisdom. The invitation: to manifest clear blue skies in your life, it is important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. Enter the medicine wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to events from the past. Continue to the west and notice which relationships are toxic and drain your energy. Step into the north and ask yourself, do I know my passion and show it? End at the east direction, visualizing how you want to live the next chapter of your life. It is up to you how much time you spend in each direction, minutes, days, or months. But when you are done, make sure to step outside the wheel and contemplate your journey. All right, if we had pulled this card in reverse, we would read the medicine, which I'm going to do anyway, which is kind of like the remedy. You must not postpone your healing journey any longer. It can be difficult to start, but you must find the inner strength to step into the medicine wheel, or you may lose your opportunity. There are many ways and many paths. Choose the one you resonate most with. Once you have found it, the only mistake you can make is not to follow it. Go boldly. All right, so I just want to comment on that medicine part where, it says you may lose your opportunity. I personally feel you never lose an opportunity. If for some reason it slips past you, then it just was not meant for you. Otherwise, it would have lined up no matter what, fail safe, and you would have, connected with it. But you get what they're driving at. Also, another little thing I got to nitpick a tiny bit is it says, once you have found it, the only mistake you can make. And again, I do not believe in mistakes. I believe those are simply stepping stones. It's not a mistake. It's just another take, maybe, that you maybe didn't want to take. But whether you get to your goal like straight as an arrow, zooming through the air, straight and true, or you meander through a maze of jungle or, jungle or hedgerows, or, boulders are dropping in your way. It's just moving you left or right, because it's just saying, don't be complacent and stay on a straight and true path. So there are many ways to get to the goal. None of them are wrong. Thou shalt not judge applies here. Don't make a judgment, especially when we often don't have the overall bigger picture. We can't see where things are going necessarily. So it's another message to just enjoy where you are. Enjoy the moment. Experience the moment. Whatever that brings, it's going to bring something to your life. If it seems to be an adverse or negative experience, well, just make that, integrate that into the story of your life. And then that'll become, oh, wow, look at that. I overcame all those challenges, or I went through them, no matter what came my way. That just makes me stronger and better and more powerful in many, many ways. And allows me to accrue all of that wisdom to be able to share with others and maybe spare them decades of going through certain things. Or it's just some planting seeds, like going back to the corn. Maybe, those wisdoms just planted seeds for somebody else as well, right? All right, now we're going to move on to group 3, so I don't get rained out here. All right, group 3, you have the Taj Mahal, and with that we have the wisdom of Hafiz, which I will read from that companion book. Now what's interesting is you got number 13 or number 4, trust your wisdom, and it came in reverse. But this card is interesting because look, even in reverse, I see the top of the temple, right? So it's like, even if it's in reverse, you're still, heading in the right direction. So I'll explain why. Okay, but that's trust your wisdom. And when I see it in reverse right away, what's coming to me is we always look to the owl as being so wise and a symbol of intellect, or even like schools will use this as a symbol. In staying like mostly in the head space, I would say, right? The brain power. And I would say it came in reverse because this is asking you to drop out of your head space and drop into your heart space and let that wisdom from the heart be the thing that guides you right now. This looks almost like a compass. Let that be the thing that guides you, and not the the intellect or the emotional, just running free stuff, but the true anchored wisdom in the chambers of the heart, right? All right, so then that's the first card, and then the second card, to clarify that, because it was a reversal, I wanted to clarify it a bit, is this beautiful card, another, kind of temple, kind of like your little token there. And a gold, lots of gold. Oh, and I want to say, yeah, gold in the other card, like I was saying in the backdrop, the yellow or gold wanted to come through. So here we have this beautiful temple, and it says invite peace. That's number 29, or that's a number 11 or 2. Okay, so I'm gonna put these down. Let's see how I can do this today. All right, and look how well that matches up with your little token. I'm gonna put these side by side like this, and I'm gonna read from the Wisdom of Hafiz book. If I'm going to reach for it, hold on, sorry about the camera work. Here we go. Rooster is piping up to say, yep, let's get going with this reading. Shout it out. All right. And this is a nice companion book. It's got even color images. If you're not familiar with this deck, it's a nice one. All right, this message is simple here. Trust your wisdom. This is the owl card. So what is the litmus test for wisdom? Having fun and loving, wild loving. It is time to take action on what you already know, the directives you've already received. Trust your experience and the wisdom that has gathered in your body. Let go of doubt and move confidently in the direction your wisdom has shown you. As the shackles of fear fall away, you will experience the playfulness and delight that trusting allows. So yes, again, I just want to echo, that's a beautiful message for if the card is upright. But in this case, yes, do what they say, like having fun, is also a test of wisdom if you can balance, all that you're learning, whether it's the head or the heart space, but also step out of that, because the world of play is experiential in so many other ways, right? Not just book knowledge. So let's see. Yeah, so let fear fall away, and again, the love from the heart and dropping into the heart will help you eliminate fear, because the heart itself and love itself is pure. It knows no fear. But if you're in the head, in the head space, in that intellect and wisdom part there, fear can easily creep in. Okay, so that's all I'm getting for that. Now we'll read the invite peace part as well. And then for fun, I'll just tell you what your two other little bonus cards that were bookmarkers are. But let's get into the invite peace card. I'm sorry about the glare, but maybe there's a reason for that too. Okay, invite peace. Every movement and sound we make in some real way is a prayer call, inviting the holy to wed ever and ever more deeply within us. It's time to make peace your number one priority. And in order to do that, you must relinquish all desires to be right or good or even understood. Peace surpasses all thought and understanding because it comes from beingness. There is no right and wrong in this moment, only the space between knowing and accepting all that is. And that echoes like the ripple below the temple, the first card message coming in reverse, because that peace is that inner peace, is anchored and definitely enmeshed with the body, embodied in the body. And that's the kind of moment where you just take your hand to your heart space and hold it there and know that you are anchored in something so powerful, so pure, so true, so balanced, and so at peace. And that is the all that is. So beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now your extra little bonus cards, I'll put side to side as well, because you got these two. Give me a moment here to set it up. All right, we've had actually both of these before way back in readings, but you got this hovering pink lotus over this beautiful green field. So we got the heart chakra again, echoing and confirming the message. Those are two colors of the heart chakra, pink and green. And you have number 7, embrace stillness for that peace, right? And then we have another gold, heavily gold imagery. And we have number 10, move forward. And actually, you might want to look at group 2, just for the fact that they also got a number 10 back on the corn card. Okay? All right, now let's see. That's it for, that's going to be it for group 3 for now. I wish you all the best, and we're going to move on to the bonus card. So here we go. Here's the bonus group trying to get out of the glare. But we've got the Tower of Pisa, as mentioned, which is in Pisa, Italy. And let's see what bonus message you get. All right. Give me one moment to flip. Actually, there's going to be two. I'm going to go ahead and flip them both because you got a card, but I wanted a clarification on it. And I'll explain why. Okay. So first up, just real quick, you got heart chakra and then have confidence. And we got very powerful, like a blue and red, right? So we've got this beautiful angel holding her heart space, looking off pensively or reflectively. And it says heart chakra. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned. You know what? I have to read this off camera because of the glare. Let me pull this up a little bit. I'm going to start over. Anyway, for now, look at that beautiful purple and gold imagery. Looks like abundance and magic and powerful things coming in from the divine, through the crown chakra. All right, but here we're looking at the heart chakra. Let me start over. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. So the reason why I wanted to draw a clarifier on this, it's pretty self-explanatory, saying it's safe to love, but she doesn't look so confident there like it is safe to love. And also, anytime I see something saying open your heart or be open, there's also always a tiny caveat to make sure you're protected, right? So anyway, that's why I wanted to pull another card just to clarify that a little bit on that openness side. So here's what we get. We have confidence. Moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God is enough, along with knowing that God works through you and with you in all ways. Lean upon us if your confidence wavers, and we will buoy your courage and faith. Okay, so I think this is just the clarifier is, yes, be open, have an open heart, but don't be open, and I'm not telling you what to do with don't be's, just take it with a grain of salt. But don't allow yourself to be so open without any kind of intentions that you're protected. And part of that is, if you're not feeling confident that you're protected, seek higher protection, or look to your higher self or your angel guides or God, all of the above, to step in. You can call them in and just say, hey God, this is the situation, I want to enter it with an open heart. Kindly protect me, help me see the red flags, her red skirts reminding me very much of her red flags, and have the awareness and wherewithal to recognize them and to take the positive messages out of them. Sometimes we get a lot of red flags if we're looking for love, especially with an open heart, and maybe we see them but choose to ignore them, and then we're going into a situation knowingly that we might get hurt, but maybe at that time you don't care and you still want to go boldly forward and know that's a risk you're willing to take, and that there'll be lessons that you're going to learn from it. Otherwise, if you're in a state where you're like, what, I don't want to be bruised like that, emotionally bruised, then ask for the extra wisdom, to recognize and see the red flags and to follow their advice and to protect yourself a little bit and not be so open, perhaps, right? Otherwise, it just might be a call that, like face value, like this heart chakra card says, like, hey, don't worry about a thing. This time, this relationship that you're having an open heart for will be good, and they're there, your team is there to protect you, your heavenly team. Whatever the case, feel it out. It's a matter of seeing where you are at with whatever relationship you might be keeping that open or opening of that heart up for, right? Are you looking for a karmic relationship, which can be somewhat painful emotionally? It will teach you some lessons, so to speak. Or have you already done the work with all of that and you're ready for that soulmate relationship, which is where you encourage and grow together? Or are you looking for quote-unquote twin flame? And I put a little caution there because twin flame is not necessarily what you think. I think a lot of people confuse soulmate relationship for twin flame. Twin flame oftentimes will be like your worst nightmare, so to speak. Yes, there's something about it that you just can't avoid it. You're attracted to it and you must have it. but that will really kick your butt and turn you upside down, and shake you out as well, more than likely. So it's not always what you might think it is, like, oh, it's the dream relationship forever, we are one. Well, yeah, you're going to see yourself in the other person and them in you, but it's like that little phrase, like, the devil doesn't come as like a grotesque thing. He comes, and, you know, I'm not saying it's got to be a he or she. I should just say it comes looking like everything you've ever wanted, you've always ever wanted, right? So maybe do some little introspection first before you just go out there and open your heart blindly. You know, kind of have it in mind. What's your intention? Maybe set an intention. Hold it loosely, though. Be open to a lot of things, of course. But just, you know, put it out there. Maybe that, you know, you are going out with an open heart, and may your highest and best, you know, come to you as a result. Okay? All right, well, I think that's it for now. We did escape the rain. So for everyone, I wish you tremendous peace and love. Lavender Sky Panther. Bye.